G'day, I'm Scotty Tucker. In this video I want to talk to you about what I believe is the best value filtration pond biological filter you can get on the market today, especially for koi ponds. The Matala Biosteps filter is rated for 10,000 litre goldfish ponds, 5,000 litre koi ponds, and you can also build them side by side if you want to go larger. Quite small and compact for that size pond filter, and the reason for that is the Matala filter media. This was originally designed for the aquaculture industry, and it's a combination of really good flow characteristics as well as really high biological filtration capability. So what that means in real terms is that you get a hell of a lot of bacteria living in the filter, keeping the pond clean and healthy for your fish, but it doesn't clog, so you don't have to clean it very often at all. Much better than the foam type filters that you get. Another reason I like the Biosteps filter is because it's a gravity filter, which means that it has gas exchange with the air and the water. So it means that nasty gases can be removed, and more importantly, oxygen can be picked up in the filter itself. And you can also put an air stone in the filter if you want to help oxygenate and give the beneficial bacteria more oxygen if you choose to. The filtration media itself, it comes in different grades. You get 6 layers, 2 green, 2 blue and 2 grey, and they're designed to progressively become finer through the filter itself, so it's progressive filtration. So it starts off first of all with the green, which is designed to catch the majority of the particles that your pump will be picking up and putting into the filter, and then it passes through to the blue, and then finally the grey, which is super high density for loads of biological filtration. The other thing with the media itself, it looks like this sort of weird 2-minute noodle matrix type structure, but when you look at it under the microscope, it's actually quite porous as well, so it's got a huge surface area for bacteria to live off. You can also get UVs for the unit, a 16 watt UV which will just sit straight on top of or inside the filter itself, or when you're splitting it off into 2, you can have the UV before you go into the filters. Also, as another optional accessory is a waterfall outlet, so instead of having a 40mm pipe that would just run out of there going back into the pond, you could then put the waterfall outlet and turn the filter itself into a nice display, and then you can put some rocks or plants around there and just disguise the filter if you want to. But it's an absolute exceptional filter, and I've got 2 of them on one of my ponds at home, so let's go take a look at those ones. This is a raised pond, and the filters are sitting up just above the outlet of the filters are sitting just above the wall of the pond. But you can see how many fish these 2 filters are supporting. Because I'm running 2 filters, I've got a manifold set up, and I've got the UV before it goes into the filters itself, and the water just goes through the UV into one of the filters, and the other filter just has a straight pipe. Now, if we lift the lid up, I haven't done this for a while. Let's see what we find. So here you can see it needs to go back in, but there's even a slot in there to pop in an air stone, which improves the filtration. And you can see here the first layers is going to be where the majority of the crap is caught, and then it progressively gets less as you go along. The filter itself comes with 6 pieces of media. You can see here I've got an extra 2, which is an option that you can do if you don't use the UV. If you do use the UV in the filter, these 2 wouldn't be here, and this would be where the UV would go. When it's time to clean the sheets, simply pull them out, and you can bash them onto the ground, let all the crap come out, and then if you want, give it a squirt with a hose, and then pop it back into the filter. Doesn't get much easier than that. There's also a sludge drain on the bottom of the filter, which enables you to undo that and let the sludge drain out of the filter from time to time. The easier thing that I normally do is just get a pond vacuum cleaner and just stick it in there and just vacuum out the tank as well. Very easily cleaned filter, but the best thing about it is you don't have to clean it out very often at all. That filter's, I don't think I've touched that for at least 3 months, probably 6. And another reason why the pads are so clean in this filter after such a long period of time is because with the design of the filter, if you're not using the UV where the water's coming in, there's a space, and there's also a space regardless of whether you're using the UV or not where the filter goes out. And inside these spaces you're able to put additives. So in here I drop in a handful of Biostim tablets every now and then. Now these guys are just incredible at stimulating bacteria to degrade sludge and organic material. So it means in a biofiltration like this you're not getting an enormous amount of sludge building up if you're stimulating the good bacteria that will clean it up. So it's a very useful tool in this type of filter.